Welcome to today's Psych with Sigmund, where we delve into the fascinating world of psychology and explore the intricacies of the human mind. I'm your host, Sigmund, and today we're going to talk about a fundamental concept that underlies much of our learning and behavior: implicit learning. So, what is implicit learning? Simply put, it's the process by which we acquire knowledge, skills, or attitudes without being consciously aware of it. This type of learning happens beneath the surface of our conscious awareness, often through subtle cues, repetition, and practice. It's a powerful mechanism that helps us navigate the world, make decisions, and interact with others. To understand implicit learning, let's take a step back and look at its history. The concept emerged in the 1960s and 1970s, when researchers like Arthur Reber and Anthony Greenwald began exploring the idea that our minds can absorb and process information without us realizing it. Since then, numerous studies have shed light on the neural mechanisms, cognitive processes, and behavioral consequences of implicit learning. One key theory that underlies implicit learning is the concept of procedural memory. This type of memory refers to the unconscious recollection of skills, habits, and conditioned responses that we've learned through repetition and practice. Procedural memory is distinct from declarative memory, which involves the conscious recall of facts, events, and knowledge. When we engage in activities like playing a musical instrument, riding a bike, or speaking a language, our procedural memory kicks in, allowing us to perform these tasks automatically without much conscious thought. Another important framework for understanding implicit learning is the idea of implicit attitudes. These are automatic, unconscious evaluations that we make about people, objects, or situations based on past experiences and cultural norms. Implicit attitudes can influence our behavior, decisions, and judgments, often outside of our awareness. For example, research has shown that people may hold implicit biases against certain groups or individuals, which can affect their interactions and relationships. One classic study by psychologist Albert Bandura demonstrated the power of observation and imitation in shaping behavior. In his famous Bobo doll experiment, children who watched an adult model behave aggressively towards a doll were more likely to exhibit aggressive behavior themselves when given the opportunity. This study highlights how implicit learning can occur through social observation and reinforcement. More recent research has explored the neural basis of implicit learning using neuroimaging techniques like functional magnetic resonance imaging. These studies have identified areas in the brain, such as the basal ganglia and cerebellum, that are involved in procedural memory and implicit skill acquisition. For instance, a study on motor learning found that the brain's motor cortex showed increased activity when participants performed a new task. But this activity decreased as they became more proficient and the task became automatic. So, how can understanding implicit learning help us in our everyday lives? One practical application is in learning new skills or hobbies. By recognizing the role of implicit learning, we can design more effective practice schedules, use spaced repetition to reinforce new information, and take advantage of social learning opportunities like observation and imitation. For example, if you're trying to learn a new language, you might watch TV shows or movies in that language with subtitles, listen to music or podcasts, and practice speaking with native speakers. Implicit learning also has implications for personal growth and self-awareness. By becoming more mindful of our implicit attitudes, biases, and habits, we can work to overcome them and develop more positive, adaptive behaviors. This might involve recognizing and challenging negative self-talk, practicing mindfulness and self-compassion, or seeking out diverse perspectives and experiences to broaden our understanding of the world. In therapy, implicit learning is used in techniques like exposure therapy, which helps individuals gradually become comfortable with situations or stimuli that previously triggered fear or anxiety. By leveraging the power of implicit learning, therapists can help clients develop new, more adaptive responses to challenging situations, leading to improved mental health and well-being. As we continue to explore the complexities of the human mind, It's essential to acknowledge the interplay between conscious and unconscious factors that shape our experiences. In fact, research suggests that our unconscious mind can process information up to 11 million bits per second, while our conscious mind can only handle about 40 bits per second. This staggering difference highlights the significant role of implicit learning in our daily lives. That's all for today's Psych with Sigmund. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, may your ego find balance between pleasure and reality.